Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I need to take you through the new events that are coming in right now. So we've got the Lunar Deck of Fate. And it's like, damn, sitting there is a Void Legendary available to grab. So we're going to look through that, see if it's worth it, see if he's worth it. But before we do, we kind of need to just check out the elephant in the room. Okay, there's literally a pack that the content creators were sent before this kind of whole thing went live for the Monster Hunter, which kind of talked through, different things going on, when stuff's going to drop, how you can get these different champions. And we kind of had Blademaster, loyalty program, big tick, good champion, cool one to get, does good damage, good free champion, tick. We had Zenoda, Blademaster, kind of made it sound like she would only be available to get through the fragment event, but actually people have been picking her up from shards and stuff. Anyway, she was a fragment event. Can't argue with that. Tick. We had Alatreon, who I picked up through an in-game activity. It was one of the most grindy, excruciating activities I've ever done. Second only to trying to get myself Krisk back in the day. But yeah, okay, you could get him from in-game activities. Now we got the weird thing, right? So the archer, who's easily the best of these five, has been involved in several now shard events. Like minimum 3, could be 4, but I know it's 3 because I've wasted a bunch of cash trying to grab her. But I've actually decided no more cash, even if they drop, more shard events, because there does say here on this little grid that she will be available through an in-game activity. But the weird thing is, and don't forget, we've still got a full month before this Monster Hunter campaign is done. But the weird thing is, Fatalis here, his thing was like, he is only available through shards. So a lot of people, when he was available through a 10x, used their void shards. Yeah, he's a void champion. Used their void shards because it was probably their best chance to pick up an exclusive champion that will not exist through shards after a month's time. In 1 month, none of these champions will be available to get through shards. So it's like, this is it. This time period is it. Now, for the collector among us, the people that play this game, I played this game for coming on 5 years, and yeah, I want to pick up the champions. That's one of the things I love about these type of games. But it was getting pretty steep, and I bailed out, especially because I couldn't grab the archer as well. So I guess my question is, are they still doing an in-game activity for the archer? Or have they looked at it and said, the archer is proving so valuable in shard pulling that we're going to flip it. And now Fatalis gets his spot in the in-game activity and the archer is only shards? Is that what's going down? Because if it is, that is shady as hell. But we don't know because we're not being told any info until stuff happens. But the fact is, right now, there is an in-game event for Fatalis where you can grab 100 of his fragments, which means you can get him in full. We're going to go through that event in a second, but let's talk about Fatalis first. I guess I'll go into his proper page rather than that one because it doesn't give you the right stats and stuff. So yeah, obviously he looks super sweet, right? let's get that out there. He looks super sweet, really good job with the skin, all that stuff is all good. Extremely fast for a nuker, 23k health. He's an HP-based champion. So we've got ignores 15% target's defense if he crits. And he should crit because he's a damage dealer. And a chance of getting an extra turn on his A1. His A1's actually brilliant if it hits hard. We've got the A2, which ignores strengthen, stone skin, increased defense, and ally protect. It ignores everything which keeps people alive on his A2. And ignores 15% defense. And that goes to a 3 turn, okay? And then we've got the A3, which is an AoE, again, ignoring defense and decreasing the enemy's defense. So we've got a pretty damn good kit for someone to hit hard. He's got a secret skill. Ignores 50% defense. Builds his turn meter by 50% if he crits to go again. Damage inflicted by this skill cannot be decreased by passives or mastery. So no Duchess kind of like stopping him doing his work. Damage inflicted cannot be increased by his own masteries as well. And it's a secret skill. Only becomes available when any 3 of his skills were used. So you're kind of like, well, there's no extra turn mechanic. He does have a shield on his champion equal to 25% of his HP, which is big, for 2 turns at the end of their turn. So he's hard to kill. His champion cannot receive crits while under a shield. Obviously, he puts a shield on himself. So he's very difficult to kill. Okay, that's the main thing. Unless someone one-shots him straight away. It's very difficult to kill. He's got great mechanics. He's got a nice AoE. The sheer problem with this guy is his multipliers are not strong enough. And it comes back to what I was saying with the other new guy that partners to Fusion that's coming this week. He's also an HP-based champion, but he's got these mechanics where if he does this, he hits a second time. And that's the only way in this game that HP-based champions do enough damage. This guy hits okay. He hits like Sir Nick hits, which is pretty good. Okay, so I'm not saying that he's useless. But for anyone who is probably in a position that they're going to go out and get this guy, I think they probably just already straight up have better. I think they have, and quite a lot better, honestly. That's the problem. Like, if you pick this guy up, let's say I got this guy in my free-to-play somehow, right? He would be amazing. Not that I could use him. No, I could use him, actually. I could use him if I got him through this event. Obviously, it's impossible. But, yeah. He would be amazing for a newer player because, of course, you don't have the roster. But for the people that do kind of like a whale out for this type of event, I think he just sits in the vault. And I think his chance of being buffed post the 5th of March is minuscule because no one's got him. He's so rare that it's like, why would they waste their time on this dude after the 5th of March? So honestly, if we don't see a message saying he is buffed like today, then I don't really see the point in getting him unless you literally just want to complete your kind of like roster of champions and you know that he's going to be impossible to get after the event. So, you know, it's a weird one to me. Anyway, let's go through how you can actually do it, what the points look like. So it's one of these flip the cards type things. There's 100 fragments for him in here. You don't necessarily have to flip them all. I made this mistake last time. Everyone's moaning about it. It's possible to not flip them all, but it's likely you need to flip them all. Okay, just because of the law of averages and all that good stuff. The law of math. But if you have to flip them all, that's 40,000 points. And there's 2 ways to get it. I mean, let's look at the other stuff first quickly. Barrels, big chickens. This is a great event for a normal player that's just playing the game to try and get some extra free stuff. My free-to-play, it's going to be like that. Give me the book. Give me the chickens. I'll take all of this stuff. Like, all of this extra stuff I would love on the free-to-play. So, you know, this is good. It's a good event to just be on, to just gain stuff whilst you're playing the game. But if you want to complete it, firstly, you never guarantee that any of this is going to happen. I think I've never had a purple chest when I've gone for one of these. And I've completed a bunch of them. But then I know people that have got like purple chests back to back. It's just RNG, obviously. But yeah, the stuff down here is very good if you get it. So, you know, that's just a roll the dice type thing. How you actually do it. So if you are picking up 5 or 6 star items from dungeon running, this is one of the ways you get your points. Dungeon running. So we've got, let's say on average, because even if you're doing stage 10 hard, you're probably picking up at best like, you know, 6 star epic with some legendary. So it's probably something like 17 points a run. Okay, 16 to 17 if you're doing a decent level of farming. Okay, so 17 points a run. Let's just say it the other way. So we need to get 40,000 points to clear the board. 17 points a run. So you need to do 2,350 odd runs at, let's just see if we were doing 10 hard. What's the energy there? Is it 20? I don't remember the energy counts. 20, yeah, there we go. So if we were just doing it through farming gear, which is unlikely, but if you were, that's 47,000 energy. And it's more efficient. Let's be clear. So I'm not trying to bamboozle people. It's more efficient for energy to do this. So 20 hard. Let's say you're getting 16 points a run for doing 20 hard on average. And that's going to cost you, times 16, there you go. So it's going to cost you 40,000 energy through just farming stage 20 stuff. Okay. Now, obviously, if you're going for it, you're probably going to do a bit of both. You're going to do some shard pulling and some running. I mean, I would suggest you probably do get some runs in the bag early and then see what you've got left to do. But still, I mean, 40,000 energy is a lot for anyone. It's a lot. I mean, what is that in gems? If you were, that's 300 energy refills. It's like 1,200 odd gems. I mean, you start to get to the point, 12,000. 12,000 gems. Would I pay 12,000 gems for a Void Legendary that's exclusive? I mean, would I, as Hell Hades with my account, if he's good, I probably would. That's it. I probably would if he was good. And if my maths are right. Anyway, check it out through shard pulling. So 40,000 divided by 1,600. If you were going to do sacreds, 25 sacreds to get this guy. If you had primals, it would be 60 odd primals through void shards. So we've seen void shard events in the past. We've got 145 here. I'm just checking on our page on the website. So we've got a page that we do here where we just keep the stuff up to date. So if you are doing voids, let's see, legendary. Torment was exception. You had 100 void shards for a Valkynon, 110 for Supreme Kale, 110 for Chagor, 110 for a Lil. Yeah, so we're talking a ton more, honestly, if you were just doing it with voids. 145. Like, I know inflation is high, but we're talking basically 40% inflation for Raid Shadow Legends. And then if we're looking at through Ancients, which is normally horrendous to do, you've got 360 Ancients. You can do it through Mystery Shards, though. So if you've got 40,000 Mystery Shards, fill your boots. Fill your boots. I don't know, look. Unless I see... How long is this on for? 4 days. Unless a significant buff happens in the next 2 days, I'm just, on my main account for sure, I'm just playing the game. I'm ignoring the deck of fate, and I'm just playing the game. On my free-to-play, either way, I'm ignoring there's a deck of fate, and I'm just playing the game. And there are some summon events going on at the same time. So anyone who is thinking, you know, summons could be good. You know, you've got Missionarchy, Herndig here. In terms of epics, I've got Deity on the free-to-play, super good. What's the void ones? Chagor, yeah, okay, so average. Madame's still very good. Chagor's good, but yeah, he's good. He's nothing insane. I don't think there's anything different in here, no. But it does change tomorrow, so, you know, you can kind of like, you can change it up if you want to tomorrow. Let me just talk you through what you got tomorrow. All of this came in yesterday whilst I was on a day off. You got Theodore tomorrow, Draco, Kantra, Roxam, Ethos, Carillion the Ringer as the 2 Void Legendaries. I mean, Theodore's definitely like solid in terms of if I'm going to pull shards. Skull Crown and Seer tomorrow for Void Epics. I might like a bit of Seer on the free-to-play, honestly. I might go for it. I've got 1 Void shard. Aishma and Fire Gun. Yeah, so, I mean, Theodore top tier, Draco top tier, I guess. The others, not so much. I can't even think who Carillion is right now. Who the hell's Carillion? Carillion the Ringer. This guy, what's he do again? What's this guy do again? He was the Christmas guy, right? What are we saying? Overall rating 3.5. Probably not worth. Unless you tell me otherwise. Yeah, anyway. So look, it just feels like we've got the fusion coming up this at the end of this week. I'm saving resources, honestly. I feel like there's better stuff going on right now. And I hope they do still do the Archer event in some way. Like, if that was the Archer in there, damn, I would be hard pushed to not be going for this, right? But with this guy in there, I mean, I've got a bunch of energy right now. I could burn energy and see if they do buff him in the next couple of days. But as it is right now, he seems pretty lackluster to me. Anyway, I've been Hell Hades. Enjoy your day. I'll see you soon.